And we are back here on Open. Joining us now is the CEO of the Parkchester Times, Sheikh Musa Drammeh, talking about the latest news in that part of the borough, as well as the Muslim community. And good to have you, Sheikh.
Hey, thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Good, good. Let's talk about what's hot in Parkchester.
Great things are happening in Parkchester. And, as you know, we've launched Parkchester Times about 3 months ago. First Parkchester-based newspaper, because we believe that the mainstream media lost its purpose and spirit by peddling irrelevant contents and violence and indecency. So now we're supporting local media as well as neighborhood newspapers such as Parkchester Times.
So talk about Parkchester Times. How long did it take for you to really get this thing going? I know you always have the wheels turning here.
Yeah.
And so how long did it take to put it out in motion?
Well, Parkchester Times is an extension of who we are, what we've been doing, promoting public safety, peaceful coexistence, and entrepreneurship in the Bronx. When we, call for meeting, for media to come, nobody saw up. But when there's a violence, everybody saw up. So we've decided that we're going to join the media. We're going to launch our own media outlet so that we can promote what we believe. And since we launched Parkchester Times, you can walk in Community Board 9 and every single person welcomes it. I mean, people, are praising us like crazy because when they read the contents, they feel like this is, these are relevant. This is something that speaks on the issues that are of concern and beneficial. And, I can rely on, whatever they bring to the community versus, advertisement-driven, violence-happy, publications that are national and, irrelevant.
Yeah, so more specifically, if somebody opens it up, we don't know about it, we're just listening, hearing about it right now, what will we be able to find in Parkchester? Obviously, you talk about positivity and things that actually promote community.
Absolutely. Every other Thursday, we publish about 10,000 copies. And instead of hiring drivers to dump bundles of papers in various venues, nobody will ever open them. We've decided that we're going to be very innovative. We want our papers in the hands of the readers. So what we do is we select only few drop-off venues that we know people will go there and pick them up, such as the libraries and some businesses that we monitor. But 60% of the papers are hand-to-hand delivery. We have people who, go to the Parkchester train station and Castle Hill train station and hand them to the readers, and that is the most effective way of delivering this paper. So you will not find 100 or 200 papers sitting in one place, never.
So what happens with residents who want to promote what's going on? How do they do it? How do they go about letting you know so that way they can make it in their into the Times?
We just recently increased the capacity of our email. That is how much emails we're getting, from tips to advertisement, events, and you name it. People were hungry, Parkchester residents. Because we're not media experts. We did it out of extension of who we are. And then we found out that this was a void to be filled. People are very hungry for localized media outlets. So every day we get contents and tips from the public. As a matter of fact, we have some individuals that send us some violence taking place even before police finish their reports. I mean, so that's how excited people are in terms of Parkchester Times, and we're very excited about it.
We've had many conversations, talk about mainstream media, the portrayal of the Muslim community. Yeah. I know, being a part of this newspaper now, you have an opportunity to lend your voice in the way that you feel necessary. What are you sharing, and what do you want people to know about the Muslim community, particularly in this time of, heightened tension?
Absolutely. Actually, Parkchester Times is published by Muslim Media Corporation, which was set up to counter the toxic, deadly, evil ideology being peddled by the very small extremist groups within the Islamic community. So we set up this media to counter their narrative, to broadcast the voices of the moderates, and to show the public that while there are very, very bad individuals in our religion, 90 to 95% of Muslims have no connection to these ideologies. So therefore, Parkchester Times is just one more outlet giving us the opportunity to reach, to smaller neighborhoods. And Parkchester Times will not be the only neighborhood newspaper that we will be publishing, because we want our message, to be wide and far-reaching, because it is very, very empowering and beneficial to the readers.
So how often can the public put their hands on the Parkchester Times?
Every other Thursday, the paper comes out. Now we're building a very interactive website that will be very beneficial. One of the services we provide on that website is a section we call a married town, because in the Bronx you have a very, very large population of individuals looking for suitable spouses, but unfortunately can't find, because we have a lot of junkies that are destroying the reputation of the majority of people who are looking for good spouse. So we're going to be providing the services, and we're going to be hosting monthly get-together for these individuals who are married-minded folks. It is not a dating site. It is purely married-minded services.
So for people who want more information, what do?
They go to parkchestertimes.com.
And you can find all the information
You can find
there.
all the information and contact.
Sheikh Musa Drammeh, thank you so much for sharing with us. Congratulations on the Parkchester Times. And
Thank
of course,
you
you got to come back and share with us a little bit more in-depth what's happening right there in Parkchester.
Anytime. This is my second home.
I know. Yes, it is. It is. All right. Taking a break. More open coming back. Stay with us. We're coming back in a few.